A hard-working single dad, juggling long hours at work and caring for his young child, rarely had time for himself. His days were filled with school drop-offs, grocery runs, and endless chores, leaving little room for social life or surprises. So when an elegant envelope arrived at his door, he froze, and unsure why anyone outside his small circle would reach out. Opening it, he found an invitation that made his heart skip a beat. A billionaire was personally inviting him to her sister's wedding, insisting he attend as her guest. The message was polite but firm, leaving no room for refusal. Curiosity battled his natural skepticism. Why would someone so wealthy notice him, a simple man struggling to balance life and work? He reread the invitation, imagining the glamorous setting, the well-dressed attendees, and the sparkling decorations. Nervous excitement mixed with doubt as he considered saying yes. Still, the thought of experiencing something extraordinary, even briefly, made him finally accept. He packed carefully, thinking of how odd it might feel to walk into a world so different from his own. Arriving at the wedding, he felt an immediate sense of being out of place. Crystal chandeliers reflected light across elegant tables. Guests in designer gowns and tuxedos mingled confidently, and champagne glasses clinked in the background. He clutched his own modest attire and moved quietly along the edges of the room, careful not to draw attention. Despite feeling like an outsider, he observed the finer details: the flowers, the careful seating arrangement, and the nervous energy around the bride's family. His instincts, honed from years of handling stressful situations alone, kept him calm amidst the chaos. Amid the glitter and chatter, his eyes caught the sister of the billionaire, looking tense and uneasy. Her hands trembled slightly as she fidgeted with her dress, and a small crease of worry appeared on her forehead. He remembered how it felt to face big moments under pressure and quietly stepped closer. Offering gentle, unobtrusive help, he handed her a small accessory that had fallen or offered a reassuring smile, making sure not to embarrass her in front of the guests. She responded with a polite nod, a subtle gesture that carried more gratitude than words could express. He realized then that despite being surrounded by wealth and sophistication, moments of genuine kindness and quiet attention mattered the most. The glamorous crowd could dazzle and impress, but simple human gestures could calm nerves and build trust. As he observed the unfolding celebrations, he began to feel a strange sense of belonging. Not because of his attire or social status, but because he acted with honesty and care. That simple act, unnoticed by most, planted a seed of connection that would grow as the evening progressed. During the lively reception, the room buzzed with laughter, clinking glasses, and the soft hum of music. Guests mingled, photographers snapped endless pictures, and servers moved gracefully between tables. Amidst the cheerful chaos, a small error in the seating arrangement went unnoticed at first, but tension quickly built when the groom realized several important guests had been misplaced. Panic flashed across his face as he tried to coordinate corrections while keeping the flow of the event intact. The stress weighed heavily on him, his mind racing for solutions, unaware that a quiet observer stood nearby, ready to help. In a moment of flustered desperation, the groom spotted the single dad and, assuming him to be someone of authority, called out nervously, "Boss, can you help me with the seating?" The single dad froze, stunned by the unexpected attention. He wasn't wealthy, he wasn't influential, and he certainly didn't expect to be addressed as boss at a billionaire's sister's wedding. Yet he quickly realized the groom needed immediate guidance to prevent embarrassment or disruption. With calm determination, he stepped forward, assessing the seating chart and quietly offering instructions that could solve the confusion efficiently. Guests nearby glanced curiously, some amused, some puzzled, as the single dad moved confidently among the tables. He suggested subtle adjustments, whispered directions to servers, and reassured the nervous groom with a calm tone. The bride's sister noticed too, smiling at his composed approach and the gentle way he handled the situation. It was remarkable, she thought, that someone who seemed so ordinary could have such a natural sense of authority and poise. Meanwhile, the billionaire, watching from a distance, could hardly contain her amusement, recognizing the contrast between his humble demeanor and the flashy, self-important behavior of others around him. As the confusion resolved and guests settled into their seats, the groom looked relieved and, with a sheepish grin, offered a sincere thank you. "I don't know what I would have done without you, boss," he admitted, still thinking of the single dad as an influential figure. The words, though unintended in their literal sense, carried weight. For the first time that evening, the single dad realized that his honesty, patience, and ability to stay composed under pressure had earned him genuine respect. He wasn't pretending or performing, he simply acted with integrity, and that had a real impact. By the end of the evening, the single dad no longer felt like an outsider. Guests who had initially overlooked him now noticed his quiet competence. The billionaire smiled knowingly, proud of the choice she had made in inviting him. Among the glittering tables, the elegant gowns, and the sparkling lights, it was his sincerity and calm nature that left a lasting impression. He hadn't sought attention, influence, or recognition, yet he walked away quietly admired. That night, he realized that sometimes respect isn't given based on wealth or status. It's earned through actions, character, and the courage to act with quiet confidence.